Open up those bags. Hold on, check.
Just over here, if you want.
Hey, Vinci, put.
How old are you?
19.
Huh?
19?
19? Oh, you don't need to have your deck signed, it's the deck signed. So, you take it with you and bring it back next time.
Alright, cool.
Are you going to pay tonight? 55?
How many classes a week is it? 2?
Huh?
It's 2 classes a week?
Yeah, two hours tonight and 1 hour on Tuesday. Huh?
Yeah, I'll pay tonight.
Tonight, okay. Where's Connor been? You talking to him lately?
His truck's broken down.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and he told me he was gonna come with me on Tuesday and I was gonna drive him over, but he's just stayed home.
This is Matthew. You need to get a jump rope. You pick that up at Rite Aid, and then a little later I'm out Peace. And then down the line, some gloves. The gloves are the most expensive part. They're about 55 bucks, 60 bucks, somewhere there. And so start, when these guys start doing their stretches, you just follow along and do what they do. You familiar with what I'm teaching at all?
A little bit.
Huh?
Not very.
Yeah. A little bit. Okay, I trained originally in karate for 10 years, and then I was with Bruce Lee in Chinatown for a year. And so I'm a 7th black in karate, which I really don't teach much anymore. But I'm a full instructor in Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce's style. This is Wing Chun dummy. You have any idea what Wing Chun is? Okay. I'll introduce you to the equipment and we'll take you through the exercises today. So you guys start doing your stretches, Matthew.
Make sure the bag's good.
You have a jump rope first?
Of course.
You can use my jump rope too if you want. We usually jump rope 2 minutes.
You can go ahead and do our stretches, be wide apart. Move up this way so there you go.
Which one?
Have a seat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you remember these?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, wide as you can. If you can, grab your toes. If you can't grab your toes, grab your ankle. Both hands. Yeah. If you go on 2 minutes on these stretches. You want to keep a nice, even, strong pull. Don't bounce, but keep pulling. If you're in pain, you're doing it right. Okay, join us, Matthew. You're gonna have to get another girlfriend.
Why you say that?
Gotta have your priorities.
Don't I have
That's
enough
all right.
already?
I went through 2 divorces. Martial arts was my first priority.
I'm not looking to get married. That way I don't have to get divorced.
Okay, stay on this one for 2 minutes. Watch the clock. Each of these stretches should be doing 2 minutes on.
Is Will coming tonight? Is Will coming?
Supposed to be. He's been sick lately, but he hasn't sent me an email or a text, so I guess so.
To the left side. Both hands, as far as you can make them.
Hey, grab your other left leg, Aaron. This new renter doing a pretty nice job of fixing up his house here. Plus he's got us some donations of dog food and stuff, which we've never been able to get. Already this week we got 2 20-pound bags of dog food.
He's crazy. He's got like 13 homeless dogs.
Oh, that's them out there?
Yeah.
They're not homeless, they live here.
Or they were homeless. They're adopted dogs, whatever. Maybe technical.
Yeah, they're locked up, but it's on the other side.
Sifu, how many horses do you have?
4.
4?
2 that we can ride and then 2 that are something wrong with them. So.
How's my cockatoo?
Huh?
How's my cockatoo? My bird.
Oh, your bird?
How's she doing?
Which one? Oh, Gumby? Your mom's bird, you mean?
Did you get Gumby?
Yeah, we had Gumby.
Oh, okay. How's Gumby?
She had one before that, right?
She had the white cockatoo.
Yeah, she traded that in. The one we got was from
Every
somebody
2
else.
minutes?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go to the rest in a minute.
He has a little miniature parrot too.
Yeah, we have an animal rescue here, so when you come up the driveway, come up fairly slow. There's a couple dogs out all the time. Sometimes they'll be in the bushes there or something. So.
I don't ever see Will.
There's a girls' night out today. There's all the girl dogs out. About an hour. Anthony says you want to adopt my saber-tooth attack ground squirrel.
I want to get an army of those things. What are you talking about? These are badass. You
They
know,
bit me twice. Quick.
I don't know.
Didn't you say it leaped across the cage?
Yeah,
to bite
they go
you?
right across the cage. It's frightening.
That's crazy.
The hand that feeds him.
Maybe you weren't feeding them good enough. Got a taste for blood now. got a taste for blood now.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Legs in.
Okay, feet straight out front, next,
Alright.
grab both. I'm hard of hearing, so you got questions, talk loud. I usually have a hearing aid, but it's in the shop, so.
It's in the shop.
The only good thing about being hard of hearing is you don't listen to your wife yell at you.
Selective hearing.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Doing pretty good with knives now.
How far?
From 10 feet and under, I'm pretty well stick them 90%, 100 times, or 100%. And a lot of bullseyes. So when I get back at 20 feet, I'm still not. Yesterday I was throwing about 70, 80% at 20 feet. And today I'm doing about 40.
Why are you trying to kill people at 20 feet?
Huh?
Why are you trying to kill people at 20 feet? If you can get them from 10, just move up a little bit. That's pretty long.
Every time you move back a little bit, then the margin of error increases. One day I'm shooting really good, and the next day I'm not. I got pretty good. I'm sitting in a chair now, I'll throw it 10 feet. And it's sticking pretty much every time.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's up. And right foot back, chin stiffly, kicks the other right foot.
Right foot.
You want to keep your legs straight and stretch as high as you can. You 10 on each side. Yeah. Keep your supporting leg, keep the heel on the ground.
Sides or back?
Huh?
Sides or switch?
I do the left side front. Yeah, right foot to the side, keep toe pointed straight ahead.
You want left or right? You good?
Left foot. And keep your legs straight. This is not a kick, it's a stretch. Okay, some of these drills we're going to do on the equipment here, we're going to have a hard time with first time out. They get a little easier every time, especially the moving equipment, of course. So we're going to start on, we'll work on the moving stuff, we'll move this way. So I'll put you on this one to start, Matthew. You're gonna be, you guys are going to be going 2 or 3 dabs and across, okay? when you get to this feed bag here, you'll be working on this one. Okay? And on this one, and you're going to be doing something different on each one. After you start that one, Anthony, on this one. Okay, there's two types of drills we do on the feed bag. One is where we're in a right or left lead, which is more realistic. The other ones are like a boxer or timing, and that's what we're going to do on this one. So you're going to face it like this, and your hand is about so far through the bag, and you're going to hit it twice with each hand. Get it nice and easy, it's going to come back nice and slow. As you get where you can speed it up, and you hit it harder when you get the timing down. So it's vertical fit this way, two on each one. And the line you hit on is this line here. Don't drop the hand below the bag and make a circle. Straight out like this. Okay? Two, and here again. Okay?
I haven't done this one before.
Okay. You're going to go hammer, and then before it hits it, yeah, go. Take it easy. Okay, hit away way too far. You'll never be able to hit it again. You just hit it nice and easy. Nice and easy. And don't drop the hand. Straight back. Okay, I want you to put on the right lead here first. Right foot in front. And you just kind of think about hitting it. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, and you hit it. Hit it too hard, you're not going to be able to hit it. It's going to come back and quick for you to start with. So hit it just nice and easy. And see what you're doing is going below the bag like that. You want to stay right here. Right? Down on like this. You want to hit it this way, not down. Out and back. Like that. Do the vertical across.
This is hard to get used to.
What? You get that already, huh?
No, I've had it for like 2 days. I had it wrapped in the car.
Let me see. Make sure when you get home though you disinfect it because a lot of people wear these gloves.
Alright.
And then you go 1 too many times. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. think of this as you got a collar down in his head, right? You won't want to hit him like this, right? You want to hit him like this on that angle there. You got it in the first place.
Should we go?
Get your thumb up there. Keep your other hand right here in the chin. Go up. Yeah, across it. Like I can do it. Further.
Alright.
Vertical stop. Come right from right under your chin. Yeah, I'll just on the edge of what you do. We'll go up this line, come back that way. Yeah, you start coming up here. Alright, check it out. You bring your stick? A will stick?
Yeah.
I loaned him will stick, I didn't know about that.
I got mine too.
You guys are gonna, I don't like that one. Gonna work on, let me see. Work this partial triangle here. You feed in 1 through 5, you got all 5 numbers down?
Yeah.
And then you reverse it. 1 through 5, 1 through 5.
Okay, you can
Take that off.
you gotta remind me how to block.
Alright, well first, I'm gonna hit the
You
fence.
need to get a bath
You
stone,
did.
and I don't have any,
Gauge.
I've gotta fix them up, so I can only one when you're in class, but,
Yeah.
Who's that one?
I need all the, my own for practice here.
Number 2, 3, 4?
I'll
Let's see.
you
First we start with a stance, move up here.
well, the first one was the test.
Start with your right foot in front,
1.
and turn your foot in on a 45,
Do I,
and your rear foot on a
or do I
45.
just stand here and block? I stand here
Okay.
and block.
What this stance is gonna develop is
Is that it?
a stance that gives you protection
So
from
then,
kicks. It's gonna give you maneuverability
it's been a while.
and stability. So,
Alright, do one for me.
I'm gonna give you some guides to use to get the width and the depth of the stance. The first one is keep your feet on the angle that they're already on.
We'll switch that.
The stance you're in right now is really narrow, which gives you really good protection from a kick,
Hold on.
but no lateral stability. So you gotta move this foot this way a little bit.
And then 2.
No, the rear foot.
Forward.
There.
Back.
Yeah. Not quite that far. This is the guide. Front toe, rear heel. Do a little bit more. That way. Okay.
Sorry.
See this
It's been a
line?
while, I'm just anxious.
That's always gonna be constant. That's why this would have to
I
be
want you to
turned
see it,
in.
'cause then you'll fucking take it.
With this foot turned in, protects the groin from the shot. If it's out, you got an open line here. You don't wanna bend it any more than
Yeah, it's not
you,
supposed to
than
fall out.
about so far.
Remember,
Uh,
however he does that one.
This gives you the toe heel alignment, gives you the width of the stance. For the depth of the stance,
Still.
we drop, keep the feet pointing the same way they are, drop this knee down,
Yeah, 'cause that's good.
so it comes
Oh, that's fine.
even with your heel.
Still feel
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
have it.
yeah. Okay, now come back up,
Don't know.
that's right.
correct.
Now you're gonna move this foot this way a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna do it again, now don't move this foot, just turn the knee in and put it on the ground.
Still
Okay,
good.
so it's gotta be back with that heel.
Yeah.
Take a little step back.
Alright,
Okay, bend both
Maybe
legs
better if Will was.
slightly. And then do it again.
5. All I remember is first. You want to
Now you lost, yeah.
This one.
You gotta, this is gonna be a constant thing. Once you get at it a couple thousand times, it'll be automatic. But the width of the stance, the depth of the stance. The width, as I said, gives you protection and stability. The depth of the stance gives you the ability to cover distance quickly. For instance, if my feet are too far apart, I can't take a very deep step with this. If my feet are too close together, I'm standing too high to get any power out of the punch. This alignment here gives us the right distance between our feet to be able to do that. So you've got front toe, rear heel for your width, rear knee, front heel for your depth of your stance. Legs are slightly bent. Okay, now Bruce figured if he had to take a step, he has to move this heel up anyway, right? So he did that to begin with. So this rear heel stays up slightly. This also gives you the ability to evade a punch by dropping back on it, and it can propel you forward too, like a spring. Or if you want to just stay in a close range and block it, you can fade back this way on that heel. Okay, the lead hand is closed.
There you go.
It doesn't have to be clenched tightly, but it has to be closed. The thumb locks the index finger in this way.
One day.
Okay, the idea here,
One to 2 now.
if you had this hand open, like you see these so-called kung fu guys, boom, I'm gonna hit that hand first. Okay, break that hand, and then he hasn't got any weapon. Okay, so this gives you the ability to close it tightly, but it doesn't have to be clenched tightly unless you see it's gonna be hit, or you're gonna hit with it.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. Right?
Okay, the elbow remains in as far as you can, that protects the ribs on the right side. The left hand, the elbow relaxes against the body, protects the ribs on the second on the left side, and this hand is open, facing out. The idea here is this is gonna be your blocking hand, primary blocking hand. You're gonna use the heel of the hand. We want the fingers together to support each other and the thumb in slightly. So it's this way. This is just below your chin. If this was high like this,
You deflect.
and you find something like that, hit his hand into himself.
Because then you're
Right
gonna go
under
to
your
the
chin.
wrist, remember?
So you bend your legs a little
Then you
more,
go for the disc line.
the rear heel should be up.
Straight in.
Allergies.
Remember to step out first.
Okay, this is called a Baizhong stance, which is a Chinese term for a ready position.
Okay, yeah.
And this is a right Baizhong or right lead.
Don't know what they get.
We've got a series of movements we do, foot movements, and we give you different numbers and letters as commands.
Yeah.
The first letter, or first number is 5,
Notice was your thumb.
and this is called a forward replace.
So it's okay like that.
We're gonna bring this foot up,
Don't break your thumb.
even, bring your left foot up.
Okay.
Now, it's like you came in from that side to the center. Now you've gotta bring this right foot back to that
This
other
one here, I
corner
remember
there,
the transition.
this way. Okay. This foot turns in again, that's right.
Once you check the hand, you're, damn,
Now,
you're ready to crack the hand.
bend your legs
Just focus
slightly,
the hand
rear heels up.
to your heart.
Now, point the knee right at me, turn your foot
Okay.
towards me. There, now drop down on that knee again, you're gonna be too shallow. It's gotta go back with that rear heel. That's closer. Okay, this may feel uncomfortable, it's just because you're not used to standing low
That
like
actually
that.
feels better, that makes more sense.
In that process there, you lost your lateral
Just try it on me.
stability again, so you gotta move this foot that way a little bit. Okay, turn this toe in a little more. Yeah. Okay, now bring it back just a hair. There.
I'm a little out
Okay, legs are bent, rear heels up.
there, you should go a little bit.
Okay, now this hand is the one in front, so this is your right or your left lead. That's closed. When you change positions here, these hands
And then
just
there you go.
are like a pair of cymbals. So you don't open yourself up when you do this. This is just to give you a way of changing your stance. Maybe because you want to position this guy, you can't get in on him with a right to right. This is going to give you
It
the
doesn't get your till
ability
6:30.
without stepping forward or back to just switch your stance. Okay,
6:30.
so we're going to do that again. This is a number 5,
He's always
Bring
late,
this up.
'cause he always wants us to warm up, he doesn't wanna jump
and
in.
then back here. Okay, now see, I think that you got that right. You got to see that line back here. Front toe to rear heel, be parallel with the wall on either side of you. Not this angle, that way. Just like the wall here. Okay, once you do this on your own while I check them out here, rear heels up, legs are slightly bent.
We're kind of rusty.
Huh?
We're kind of rusty. We can't remember
Four.
past 3.
3?
Well, we got to 3, but we can't remember
Okay,
4 or
what
5.
comes after the block on 3?
The low wing block, and then you go to the hand, right? Good.
Okay, it's low wing, downward arm strike, upward arm strike.
Man, that's,
Okay, let me see the 1.
okay.
Here's
I'll tap.
Keep on.
You good?
What do I do?
Would you get the Abethadar, 1 block, 1 hit?
So remember, always do a strike after.
Feed him a 2.
Does it transition from a 2, or am I already in? Okay. Still got
Okay, don't go into it, go away from it.
Yeah.
2.
Now, hands up here.
Hands up here.
And then you go for the hand.
Downward arm strike. Just comes back and, yeah. Don't touch his wrist. Remember, there's no
Yeah,
contact.
no contact.
3.
Three.
Replace the hand.
Yeah.
Number 1, you gotta get this hand, this stick and this hand made in contact simultaneously. Do that again.
Step off like
Okay, you turn this knee in, downward onside, take your hand away.
that. Let me try now.
Huh?
Let me try.
Okay, 3 doesn't come from up here, it comes from down here. Okay, legs are bent, heels up. Okay, some's gotta lock this. Rear heels up.
They're vertical like that.
Okay, turn this toe a little more, 45.
You would want it the depth, the right depth, you put your hands up like that.
A little more.
Step back.
So bend your legs,
Put
rear heels up. Okay, 5.
That wasn't bad. Oh,
Okay, you can do this on this triangle here.
that's where you're supposed
So
to
it's
go.
like this.
Drop your knee.
I'm going here, to bring this foot up, and I'm gonna go back to this corner. That's gonna be a little bit wider than we really want, but it'll let you practice switching back and forth. And don't touch his wrist.
Ow.
Don't touch him at all. Now, when you do this, as soon as you come, you do your block, this is back here.
Okay.
And then you,
Okay. Okay. Let me do that one again. Hold on. Okay.
He said all that.
I said do it again, number 2, but
Oh.
yeah.
okay, now from that 2 position, you should be able to hit him without stepping. You know, you're a little far away, so, okay. And where are your knuckles at?
Mm.
Pointing towards him. These knuckles are always in line with your target. So it's on a diagonal here, on here, and the horizontal here.
Oh, these knuckles.
Wrist is straight.
Not these ones.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Okay, you got the wrong hand closed. Okay. In Jeet Kune Do,
That was good.
what it translates to is the way of a stopping fist,
Get it back.
or
Do it
intercepting
again,
fist.
hold on. Like that.
And this is a primary thing we do, is this becomes your primary weapon, because it's closer to your target. The Bruce's idea was to hit him with the strongest and the closest hand first.
If anything happens, take the
Boxing
face.
is the opposite. They set him up with a jab, then they shoot the cross. We're gonna teach you how to get the same power out of that lead hand. So if you can finish him with that, really hurt him, then you can finish him with the other one. Okay, so the right hand is the primary weapon here.
You sounds good, but it looks like you're not getting around it enough.
Okay, let's go 5, up, back. Turn your toe in. There you go. Up, back. Okay, if you stay on the inside of this line, you should be about right. So when you come back, keep your feet on the inside of the line, and that'll be pretty close. Thumb down there. Okay, 5. Yeah, don't drop your hands when you switch.
Just go past each other.
That's right. Thumb again. Okay, all these little things,
Will mat up.
yeah, I'm gonna bug you constantly on them, and everybody has the same problem, so, it's kind of like school. You start it and then work on up. Okay. Turn this elbows in. Okay, go back to a right lead
You're
5.
supposed to.
You're supposed to step to the top.
Okay, you're a little narrow.
Slide your back foot.
If we're back here, you have to step
Here, step
forward
up, do it on the
and then
time.
slide.
It's easy for you to do it on the time.
Trying to my mind.
Okay. Okay, now you gotta think of these. We're gonna do our first way of covering distance. You're gonna think of you standing on some
I'm
railroad
not supposed to
tracks
stand
here.
on this, dude. That's
So
for
both
sure.
feet go on that same line.
I got
The
way
tendency
more
is to
room.
take a step
As long as I
and
can
then
reach
drag
it,
this
I
one a
can
little
punch.
bit behind. You don't wanna do that. You wanna stay in a straight line. And this is called
I did step on the
a
top,
step
but it's
drag.
smaller,
You
so
jump, it's completely.
And the number 1 for forward and the letter A for back. So we're gonna go
I don't know, I like
step,
wider because I'm
drag.
He'll correct you.
If you can
And
do it.
the main thing with this stance
you
is
punch me in the face.
is whatever you step, you drag. That means I can always keep this distance
You
here.
punch me in the face with this hand?
So, say I wanna stay on top of a guy,
No, but see, by
he's
that
a guy
time,
that's
we're
better
practicing a whole
at
lot.
kicking, and I don't wanna give him kicking range. So I'm gonna stay on him. This lets you do that. So whatever, I could take a 6-inch step or a 12-inch step, but I drag the other foot the same distance. Okay, so step, drag, step, drag. So you're sliding that one behind a little bit. There, bring it towards me, your foot there.
I
So
never.
when you step back, make sure you step straight back, drag this one straight back. And that's a letter A, A,
Oh, we're going first?
A,
What's
A,
your mother?
A.
I ate too much, man. I was at the hotel buffet.
Okay, you're a little narrow again. Bring that foot a little down towards this way.
I'm just too tall.
Okay, and notice our
I
floor
jump straight up, I'm coming to
is kind of wavy.
You don't,
I would like to have a nice smooth floor, but
that's how you did it.
you don't have a nice smooth floor in the street all the time, right? So this is actually gonna give you a little bit of an advantage out in the street.
If I didn't step out far
So,
enough. then I
Even
wouldn't
though
be back
I
far enough.
tend to wobble sometimes,
I remember.
you're a little narrow
I
again.
was beating on
Oh,
it.
man, come on.
You gotta keep those feet in that same track. So I want you to go forward and back on your own. When you go forward here, look at your line, drop the knee down, check the depth, and move again. You get up close to the mirror, move back.
No, no.
That's right. Remember, this is waist high.
Like the hip or the ribs?
Yeah, floating rib.
Floating ribs. Oh, stuff. Stuff for,
Okay. How about the floor? You got the floor yet?
no.
Been a while.
Okay, face those mirrors so you can see those mirrors. Okay, the floor starts this way.
Four.
Yeah. Because this strike is for down here, not up here.
Uh-huh.
But what happened when they used to be down this way is the guy would raise it up and he'd catch the guy in the nose. So for safety purposes, we start it here, and there's no mistake. So it just goes down, can't go up. So you start like this, face that mirror. And this is a two-step retreat, so we're going to go 1, 2. Okay, the object here is the fork comes on this side, right? So we're going to move this leg back to take that hip just out of range. Then this leg goes back, and that's out of range, and then we do the block. Okay, so that's what a two-step is for, or a two-stage, either. So it goes 1, 2,
I was right.
1, 2.
You said that was
Okay, work on just the block. Feed him 5, and then switch it.
Okay.
4.
Okay, you're staying on the, you're keeping the right track, but your railroad's running this way. Okay, you want to run, yeah, straight back, straight back. Now don't worry about taking a big long step. Just take a little 3-4 inch step. Okay, you gotta catch it. First of all, he's gotta be in range here, right? Okay, so you can start from here, and you gotta catch it here, not out here. You catch it when it's in a horizontal position. And you're gonna feed it this way, not this way.
I know, but I'm still getting close. Still good.
You take a little, you don't have to take a step that long. This is, as I said, the cover distance, I'd cover a foot on you. Maybe I'm in this range here, so I'm just gonna take a short step. Boom. Okay. I'm not gonna go through the next one right now, I don't wanna confuse you on the next step. We're gonna go through,
That's as far as I remember too, it's at.
let's see, your hand's all beat up.
You
Okay,
can close it.
There's 3 types of jabs in here.
You can get away with those little.
The first
movements.
one is a flicker jab, and that's just the fingers. So, no power involved, all it is a tricep flicking the arm out. But because it's the fingers, you still do a lot of damage. Yeah, and we do it as a rake, so that it rakes across. So you got 4 chances of catching him, yeah.
It's like this?
And this is just, as I say, just like this,
Is that what you can?
flick. Okay,
Put your hands down, catch down.
the second one is a speed jab, and that's with a closed fist, and that's just the tricep, pushing the arm out. Goes out and back.
Dip out of the way.
Yeah, that's what that bag is for. The speed bag develops timing, distance,
So you gotta be close enough.
and it
to
gets
get
your
on
hand back so you can hit again with it.
Like that.
Okay.
That's
My
what
wrist.
The longer the hand stays out there, the more chance he has to hit you.
I know, I saw.
Do it again.
Okay. The jab we use the most is a speed jab.
Can I keep my feet close together?
When we use this in conjunction of coming forward
Anything
with a
can happen,
step,
you know?
there's a lot of timing involved. Most of my students, 90% of them,
Alright, that's
even after they've been here a while, will never hit harder moving towards the bag than
you know.
standing still. Now, if I add this motion forward momentum
A little off on my
to this motion, it should be stronger, right? But most people don't because of the timing involved.
Okay, good. What it is
When
is
you
gotta
hit-
follow my stick through.
But when you start,
Just watch
this hand starts with this foot, ends with this foot. So it goes boom. Okay, the way to practice this when you don't have any equipment and you don't have to hit hard or fast is to get the timing down
And a wrist block,
Start
'cause you slow it
about this
down.
range from your
But then-
mirror. Do you have a mirror like one of these
Here's some
little
Yeah,
ones?
I got a closet door mirror.
You got one where you could touch the
And then you're
mirror?
supposed to be able to
Okay.
go up through. Sorry, after this swing. 'Cause you're
We don't
supposed to
have
be able
time to
go
just
through.
develop this and spend that much time on it. You gotta do it on your own.
Will was here, he kicked our ass.
To show you how effective it is, Bruce would start from this distance here, tell you where he was gonna hit you,
We should put us on some heavy.
and then hit you 10 out of 10.
Eight sticks, you know, then-
I was a 3rd-degree black when I went with Bruce,
Alright, hey, let's do our.
and he did this to me. I
Remember how
figured,
we used to do it?
you know, he's covering 3 feet, I'm only blocking
1 through 3.
3-4 inches.
In a row.
You hit me 10 out of 10. So, it can be done. Us mortals will have a harder time of it than Bruce did.
Slowly, right?
But this is the way he did it.
I said,
He actually started the hand before the
we
foot.
have bad communication skills.
And what would happen is,
So, go from.
when you start seeing any movement, his hand was so quick you wouldn't see it.
Nah.
So you started seeing movement, well, he's already halfway there, and he gets you. I don't know anybody else that's got to that point yet.
And then we used to do the.
But-
plays.
You know, you could be the next one. I don't know anybody yet.
I kept on-
Anyway. To develop that movement,
I did it.
you start from here, don't withdraw the hand, and just move it out like this. So you've got two reference points. I can see this hand and foot going together, right? When I'm making, just touching this mirror, I want to feel that in conjunction with this foot stopping, which you just use your fingertips. Yeah, so it goes, boom. And you don't have to do it hard or fast, just do it a million times this way first.
See?
But you gotta
See,
feel
that was
it.
the 5.
You gotta see this as a reference, and you gotta feel the hand and foot as a reference.
That's the,
Low wing block.
You can help him on this.
like that.
You can watch his hand touching the mirror and
Let me try it.
see if it's at the same time that rear foot stops. If he's a little late
Try again.
or a little soon, just tell him.
See, what was number 4 block?
What was number 4?
A block.
Wasn't 5?
Downward block.
Is downward?
What's 5 then?
It is called a drop stick or a downward block.
What's number 5 then?
5?
What is that?
5 is a vertical guide.
Show me.
Okay, give me a 5.
A 5?
Yeah. You have thrust all the way in there, or right in. So this just flicks up and then slides down. Don't ride on the stick, but stay parallel. Put this hand back up here. Okay. Do it again. Now you won't want to come off the end of the stick either. You want to stay here so you don't get this. And then remain just a few inches from the stick, turn it in, slide down.
After the block on the 4, how do you counter?
Oh, pretty well.
No, but I mean, that's the part where I'm trying to remember.
3 to 4. Okay, this is an upward arm strike. So you guide this here, but you want to make sure that you get your hand out of it. So it stays on top, and you do an upward arm strike here.
Do it again?
So you can use the thumb if you want, but make sure you get it up on top.
One more time? One more? I don't know. That one's rusty. It makes it look so easy. Something like that. Try again.
Dude, it's real slow.
Okay, that looks pretty good.
Quicker.
Okay, try the same thing on your left side.
Told you it's all. Gotta get you in here. This one's supposed to be like a pit. Like you said, you keep fucking slicing me.
Okay, you're not moving this foot.
At all?
Yeah, this gotta move. Say he's coming right here. This is where he's gonna hit me, right? So I gotta move this one first, whatever distance it is to keep from hitting me. And then this one comes second. So it's boom. 2 steps.
Try again. I just can't move that far. It doesn't benefit me for the night. Oh,
Okay. You're way too narrow. You have 1 foot over here. Keep checking that
I don't even
distance
move
in
that
the mirror.
I've been done.
Still.
It's real slow.
As much as
Keep
it wants
going,
me
that
to move
works.
it, it's like not worth it to me though.
Yeah.
That's how
See,
it
I can
is.
see this. Turn your foot on a 45. This one a 45.
Get
See
somebody
that
to
line
push.
running back.
Show me how that works with it. Okay, close. Good. We should practice that. Because then we're gonna have an idea of how you get away from it.
Yeah, we'll sit still.
No wonder.
Trying to get him to go to the doctor. He's been sick a couple times the last month.
Can we work on kicks?
Huh?
Can we work on our kicks?
When you get this down,
Kicks so easily.
that might be somewhere in 2012.
I'm still alive. My reckless life. Feels more comfortable, but.
Okay, now you got your foot turning in too much. Good fill
Joe
out.
comes at me with a stick
Yeah.
tonight. So this is-
Now bring this foot in just a little bit.
Oh, oh. Sorry.
Okay, you're still going this way.
Start like I did with the hip thing, so you understand what you have to do.
Going like this, step
before you
straight
start with
forward
the stick.
with the left,
I'm not gonna hit you, but
straight forward with the right.
too far. It's way too far.
See what you're doing here, you're letting this foot slide behind.
Which one do I do first?
This one, because I'm going for that one, right?
Okay, stop when you get up to the mirror.
Too far. Because you want us to be able to contact the wrist.
You're losing that line every time.
So just enough. There you go.
Okay, now they're in too far.
Still don't think I'd ever want to be that close to a.
45. Just take it in on a 45-degree angle, facing this way. There.
Oh,
What are you doing? This way. That's why the hand's up here. So the sticker's gonna hit me here. I'm gonna be just dropping his hand down, see? That's all I gotta do. So this goes on his wrist, this way, this hits the stick.
So much closer to us, dude, I'm telling you. We're fighting like way back here. Like he's like, wow.
You're still in that foot slide behind. You're too narrow right there. There you go.
Quiet, you know?
That's a little closer, but you're
Jumping.
still
That's what I'm
too
saying.
narrow.
He just stands there like
Stop when
crazy.
you hit the mirror.
It's crazy.
There. You lose that balance
Just
again.
please. I'm like,
You gotta move that foot that way.
and then follow
Okay,
it
come
through.
over here. I'm gonna put you on the right lead this
Push
way.
the arm out.
Toes on this
and then
side
stick
line,
up.
heels on this
Alright,
side.
come on, top of you.
Don't throw it away, kind of just
I
hold
want
it to
you
the
to
top.
keep that all the way up
With
to the
the hand,
post.
it's like that's what
and all the way back.
You hold it, the stick on, and then you stretch. So up. Hold the stick on, and then move through. Watch. Let me do it to you.
You don't take quite as long a step, you don't need to. You're swinging up this way. Again, all these strikes are gonna change in combat, but to give us the initial, practice, we want it nice and straight, just this way. Think of hitting him this way. Yeah,
Punch
push
it.
out.
Yeah.
That's better. Okay, now, you're too far away or you'll be catching with the heel of the hand.
Like
That'd
that?
be the heel, not fingers.
Yeah, that's how I rough it.
If you miss this block, then this is a safety, that's all gonna stop it.
Look how close he is to me though.
Huh?
He's like, yeah, see, it's different when we're taller though.
Yeah, but on this one, we'll practice by doing this because he was speeding you wrong.
Okay.
Okay, hand stays on top.
Try to bear.
Why?
Like that.
Why does the hand stay on top?
So that you
Huh?
don't get punched? So his hand will slide off and hit you.
If I do this, half the energy is just going up. You don't have to worry about
Oh,
the stick,
so-
but you're losing all the effect of the strike. And you want to pin it to
Oh.
sandwich that force in there.
Murdering.
Too far away again.
Too
You
far.
jump and just barely step back. Barely step
Too far.
Okay, now say he's far enough away, he's not going to hit you anyway. And this foot acts as timing. It still does this, but it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go back. So it goes boom. So you've got to judge that, whether you go back or whether you stay
I don't
stationary.
have to move, 'cause I'm tall. As long as I don't get hit.
Okay, that's looking better. As long as you got a line there.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Better at least. I'm closer. There would be good.
Keep your toes in at 45. Rear heels up.
Yeah, that's not
That's
bad.
right.
Okay.
Legs bent.
Very good. Too far, man.
Okay, take it out of here.
The Indians are-
Uh, I want to introduce you a little bit to some of the other stuff we do here. The Wing Chun starts when you reach this position here, where your hands are touching. It can be this way, it can be this way, or this way.
Okay. wait.
Doesn't matter.
Let me do it again.
It's when you end up in a clash, and that's when Wing Chun starts. So for instance, say I was to shoot a punch and you blocked it. Okay, I'm gonna work off now the energy I feel in this hand.
That's what I like about this one.
So it's pushing towards me, push a little bit with that hand. You pull him forward.
What's the-
If he was pushing this way, push out that way a little bit. If it was pushing up, I'm gonna go down and up. So it works off of what you see. Once you get the traps down on this hand, then you worry about this hand. So say you block that hand in with that other, you only got one left.
On the stick though.
Okay. So the idea here
You're scared, huh?
is if you block that in, go ahead. I'm gonna get in a position where you don't have any hand. So it's gonna immobilize you. That's what Wing Chun is, hand immobilization. It also, if I ran into a hand like this and there wasn't any energy, then this would be my hit. So I'm gonna hit you here and push you back, same time. So it immobilizes the foot also. The dummy lets you practice, number
So
one,
you gotta get up under the stick.
hitting something without worrying about hitting your arm. So if we were in a stance like this, and you punched at me, I punch right through that. This conditions the arm for that. It also develops this energy, this pulling energy. You're working against these springs.
I hope you got it in the good spot.
This is a right lead, like
I
this.
found that spot.
This is either a kick or a low punch. This is a lead leg. This is the back leg. Okay? So we do a lot of immobilization and working off of this dummy here. The dummy doesn't give, but you can hit the dummy and you can't hurt the dummy.
Just let him know.
When we do hit the dummy, we hit it with an open hand, or we just stop gently hitting. The idea is, if I hit this arm, once the arm goes,
My head?
this would continue on hit the head.
Hit too many times.
So this would simulate it, but normally I hit to the head anyway. Sometimes we'll consider it a block, and then we do what is called a jump salvo, which is jerking hand, hit again. So if the energy is out this way, I can go here. If he blocks with that hand, block up with that hand. Yeah. Then you pull it down and you hit it.
It's kind of funny. Do it again.
So the dummy, everything you can do on a person, you can do on a dummy, except you can already hit this hard, or you can kick this leg.
Step back, too close.
I make these
I'm not supposed to barely do the work.
dummy. This is a version of a classical one. A traditional Wing Chun dummy has a wooden slat here, goes out about this long.
Am I right?
It hasn't any adjustment.
I don't move this way. You can.
By changing put a washer in here,
Gauge, you start here and then you
changes the
step back.
tension, it compresses the spring. So
Like this.
if you're a big guy working kicks, you want more tension on the bottom, you have another washer.
I'm gauging it.
A traditional dummy has 2 holes, so it's a right lead all the time. I can pull these pins out in the back and make this into a left. So this is a lot more versatile. This is a piece of pine and it's covered with fiberglass. So normally if you take an $800 dummy, which is 8 to 1,000, they will crack. Once the wood gets old little crap. So I take a piece that is tempered, I put a lag bolt through the crack, fill it with wood filler, put this over the top. This is 30, 40 years old, this stuff. These are the original arms. So they wear a little bit, that's about all the wears. These I sell them for 1,000. So I've been selling them the same price for 30 years. But the springs never wear out, nothing really wears out. Maybe 20 years you get another set of arms. Anyway, that's what the one dummy's for. This is called, eskrima is a general term for the Filipino weapons. Ours is called kali, which is it's made up of a whole lot of different karate or Filipino systems, but kali is the mother or mother system. This is called a baston. The hand, or the end nearest the hand, is called a puño. When we use the puño, we have about so much extended. So if I was going to block in here close and I can hit you with this, I can lock you with it.
That's what she said.
I can rake with it. The disadvantage of using the puño is if we both have the same length sticks, I wouldn't want to shorten that down, because I'd rather hit you from out here than get in close if I don't have to. So when you use the puño, it's you say you got the other guy's got a shorter stick, so you can they let you do that. Normally we'll be on the end of the stick. Wherever these knuckles are, that's where you're hitting towards. It's just like a blade.
Watch your throat.
If you learn a stick, you can pick up any weapon and use it the right way. Doesn't matter if it's some weird looking Chinese weapon or an Oriental weapon. These knuckles are right where that blade would be. So as long as those knuckles face you, then you're hitting right. Yeah. When we hit with a stick, I would hit this way. If I would hit with a blade, I'm going to slice.
I had a favoritism.
That's dull, by the way. But that's the reason we hit in that line there. There's a lot of different parts of the Filipino weapons. If you were using a real heavy stick, there's a certain way of using that. With this one, I can flick, jab with it. If I had a real heavy stick, like one of these, if I had a stick like this, or a baseball bat, I can't jab with it. Whenever I hit, I'm going to hit this way. The weight of the stick's going to carry it down. The next strike will be from here. It can either be a block against his stick or it can be a counter attack. But the stick dictates what I'm going to do, the weight of the stick. If you have a long stick, a real long stick that's a little lighter, then there's another way of using that. Or you've seen samurai way. We also have called it dos pares, which is using it this way, just like a samurai would. the empty hand Filipino art, first of all, the object with the stick is to block the stick and then take the hand. If I can eliminate the hand, then I've eliminated his potential, yeah. So I may have to block the stick out here, or I may be able to go in and hit to the wrist, or I may have to close the distance. Once I get in close, then I can take the stick away. I can do a disarms,
How about number
or
5?
takedowns.
Number
Vertical.
The empty hands follow the same pattern in the Filipino art. So for like a number 1 strike, I would go 1, hit here, hit up, hit down. If it was an empty hand coming the same way, it would be here, hit here, hit. I can go into a lock, take down. So that if you learn in the sticks, you're also learning an empty hand even before you get to that empty hand. Yeah. The object with the Filipino arts is, again, to destroy the other guy's weapons primarily. We also have called destruction of weapons. If you were to punch kickboxing, I would block a hand. In the Filipino arts, if you punched, I might take it this way. Yeah, destroy that. Or I may go in here and catch the elbow here and break it
You know what we
and go
need to
into
do?
a lock.
We need to just make a tripod. We need to make
You don't want to fight these
so we need
when we start doing them because it'll end up hurting yourself. You just got to kind of roll with it a little bit. But that's a basic, brief description of what we're doing. Yeah? What?
Can we try something?
Go through the number 1 again. Okay, right from there, we're going upward arm strike. Pat the hand out a little bit, and twirl, do a downward arm strike. Pat the hand again, thrust. Take the hand away. Okay, that's follow-up. Okay, first thing we do on the sticks, you got to be careful with these things. So when I go to hit you, don't move. Don't move at all. I'm gonna tell you by the position that I'm holding the stick what strike is coming. I'm going to tell you when it's coming by changing my weight here. And then I'm going to stop it before I hit you. So that we got a lot of safety factors in there. If you get hit with a hand, you can survive that, but this is going to break a lot of stuff. Okay, first thing we do is we're going to teach you how to feed the stick. So your opponent knows what's coming, when it's coming. So you face the mirror here. Left foot in front. Okay, this stick is on the angle it's going to hit at. Right under your pecs here.
Yeah, really slow.
The left hand goes on top of it. Okay, the object here is,
A stroke.
you want to keep the hand that holds the stick primarily, right? So you may have to sacrifice this hand to protect that other hand. Okay, so we start from here. This is your normal Baijong, your ready position.
Every time I go there, the ice.
So now he knows which strike is coming.
I gotta be.
You're going to go a stoka, which is a weight on the front foot, like this.
What's the difference?
Parada, put the heel down,
One's made of
and then you step in and feed the number 1 strike here.
Is that?
And when you're doing this in the mirror, you stop the end of that stick right on
So it's
on your own image there. Okay, back.
Very good.
When we hit with a stick, it's with the end. That's where the speed is on the stick. Okay. When we block with a stick, we're blocking this area here. We don't want to down there our hand. We don't want to lose it off to the end. Okay. So it goes a stoka,
Move straight.
weight on the front foot,
Move straight.
parada,
Hard.
weight on the rear foot,
Sternum.
and 1. And back.
It was a nice you could reach it.
And stoka, parada, 1. Okay. Right on your own image.
Hide my head. One more.
Yeah.
One
Okay,
bird.
now the outside, we stepped in on the number one. The number two, we're gonna start it right from here. We're gonna bring this over,
Just do it until
on
you
your tricep,
think you got it.
pointing down.
All you need to do is
This
that.
other hand is this way. The reason this is this way instead of this way that we do in kickboxing is because if he has a weapon, it could be a blade. Yeah, we want to protect the area with the tendons or ligament.
Wanna try?
This is mostly muscle.
Try it, try it.
Plus, this protects the heart from a thrust. Okay, so this palm is up on this one in this case. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now we're gonna go
See, that's-
Stoka.
One more time.
Bring your hand back a little bit,
Slow.
yeah.
I guess.
Parada. And we're gonna stay in place. Two,
So,
on your own image here. Let's do that again. Stoka.
want me to tell you one
Parada.
thing?
Two.
Keep on poking. No,
Side,
I think-
on
I
a
think
slide,
I'm-
on a diagonal.
I'm not whipping.
Let's go back to the
You know
one.
what I mean? You just kind of.
Whip it a little too hard, I might hit you.
I'm just. do the
Stoka.
motion. You're just.
Parada.
So,
One.
Parada. Slowly, slowly.
This-
See what I mean?
And bring it back.
Oh, for this one?
And you get down to your elbow. See what happens on the elbow. You want this on the muscles. So.
Hold on.
Stoka. Parada. Two. And again. Stoka. Parada. Two. Okay, we're gonna go back. This is a three now.
You missed one.
And the hands on top again.
Again?
Stoka.
Still.
Parada.
Okay.
Three. Back. This goes to the rib cage. Stoka. Parada.
Wow.
Three. Okay, now watch your alignment again. This toe heel alignment on this.
Now from that one,
Okay. Back.
right.
Start at the one.
And then curve it up.
Bang.
It's not a lick, it's a
Stoka.
twist.
Parada. One.
She's already on the hand. You just want
You're on your elbow again. There you
to-
go.
I wanna do the middle.
Stoka.
I'll move.
Parada. Two.
It's that one, they're supposed to go down,
Start back.
and then, like that,
Stoka.
like that.
Parada.
But
Three.
dig it, kind of drop your knee.
Okay. Four is on this
And
side.
then you would.
Hands on top. Palm up. Stoka.
I think it's.
Parada.
I'll touch you again.
Four. Again. Cock stick. Stoka. Parada.
Scoot.
Four.
You kind of too close.
Straight out. Nice and flat.
Gauge me.
Okay, you're Junero again. Foot's got to be way over here. Keep checking that toe heel alignment. Okay, go back on the start of the number one, see how far you get. I'll be back.
Gotta replace the hand on the
Okay.
front. Gotta always cover your
Do
hand
it again.
after each one, because your hand will get hit when you're attacking.
No, you don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
I keep
Keep
it
that
in.
hand there.
Bam.
Upward arm strike. Leave the hand there. Now take the hand away as you do the downward.
Bam.
Pat.
Bam.
Thrust. Take the hand away again. Okay, this lets you finish him off with it.
Okay.
Now, okay, go back to upward arm strike here. This is a twirl. Right.
Doesn't
Thrust
act
back.
like you were in a bad hand.
They take hand away for the thrust again. He goes, pin the hand, downward arm strike, replace it, then thrust.
Okay. Almost touch you. Like this. This is first, right?
Put your foot back further. Okay. Okay, this foot should be over here. Look in that mirror. You gotta get that.
Stick,
Alright,
you know how to
so
do that.
the lead
Okay,
foot should
front
be
toe,
behind
rear heel.
This.
And it's parallel to this wall over here. Or to this wall over here.
The same, I want
smooth that line right back between the feet. This way, not this way, this way.
Well, it's like
Straight.
Steve said. A certain amount of it's gotta be real. Otherwise,
Yeah.
when you really do it, you're gonna
Like
be,
that.
you're gonna be used to these little,
Oh, it's gotta be like that.
gotta be used to
Make a
the
line at
swing
home
that
and
you
step
stuck
on.
on
Yeah.
the car.
So if
Hey,
you
if
got
we
a
let
wall
you-
on your right, a wall on your left, the stick is parallel either of them.
I can't remember that spark left hand. I was surprised that
Okay, whether you've got a stick in your hand or whether you're empty hand, the same thing. Okay, the other thing you gotta do in here is you gotta keep extensive, explicit notes. In other words, I'm thinking back 40, 50 years ago when I was taking Kempo, and I copied my self-defense techniques down so I would remember them. But all I did was enough to jog my memory for a week or two or a month. Now I go back, I can't figure them out.
Alright, I'll do.
So you gotta put down in your notes what it takes you to remember it
Hold on.
if you're gonna do it 5 years from now. Because say you quit, for some reason, you can't train, you're out for a couple of years, if your notes are alright, you can at least stay fairly active about it.
Educate,
Yeah.
educate yourself.
But if your notes are screwed up, you're gonna be all screwed up when you come back, so.
Keep close to me.
I don't know what else to do, stuff.
Okay, palm is up on the thrust. No, that's not the thrust. Thrust is with the stick. Thrust, thrust, thrust.
Hold on, sorry.
Take your hand away now. The object here, you hit him enough times, you're gonna get more power in this because you get the hip into it. You leave the hand out, you can't do that. Okay, what was your name, Dickie?
Today,
His name on there.
hating on me. Just 'cause I got
Are you
a
still
badass
working
name.
for home base or,
No, I don't work at Home Depot anymore.
huh?
I don't work at Home Depot anymore.
Where do you work?
I work at a titanium mill now.
What?
Titanium mill.
What do you do?
Just forklifting, and I do some of the orders. They're gonna push me up to
What about the
forklift.
other job?
Didn't like it no more. It was boring.
Huh?
It was boring.
Yeah? How long you been at this one?
3 months now?
3 months? Oh. Are you gonna pay me today, by the way? Said you got paid on Friday, right?
On Friday I get paid.
Huh?
On Friday I get paid.
Yeah, well, you missed the Friday,
Yeah,
so you should have been paid.
I'm sorry.
You gotta start paying on time, and you gotta start making more lessons. Otherwise, you're gonna be in the same place 10 years from now.
Because
And you'll keep saying, can I work on the kicks? And I'll say, no, you work on the stick.
You're getting me in trouble, man. Come on.
it's your fault.
Yeah, okay, that's what
You wanted to bring this in.
That's better.
This way. Like that.
That's right. Now, if you're gonna feed the stick, you put this in between here,
Yeah, so that'd be one.
and you're gonna do the same thing, see?
You owe everybody.
Doka, Parada,
No, it's
1. Doka, Parada, 2, back for the 3.
Alright.
So the stick, again, you keep that alignment. You might wanna, when I get some sticks, you might wanna get a couple of them. Okay. Lead foot's on a 45. They're gonna be turned in. Yeah, so another way of thinking of that, turn that toe out.
Always point them
Turn
this
this
way.
toe out. What does that do? That gives you a hint. Okay, when you thrust, you want a slight bend in your arm too. Okay, turn that toe in when they start. Okay, don't change your stance at all. You're starting to straighten your legs when you do that. Keep your legs same. All you're going to do is get a little pivot here with the hip, gets more of a thrust. Okay, let me see, Anthony, here. All right, palm up. Okay, let's go to the 2.
2.
Okay, outside block. Downward arm strike, knee turns in. What's the guide does to get you to remember that?
Your heels?
Knee points away. So, just like the rear cross, so I'm going to show you rear cross, knee points away, right? So, same thing. Okay, downward arm strike, upward arm strike. Pat, downward arm strike.
Okay.
So outside block, down, up, pat, down.
You're on 1.
Walk me through it one more time.
Okay, we got up to what, uh, 3, right?
Down. Up. Pat. Down.
Okay. Over this side, we're going to go to 4 now. Palmas up, Stoka, Parada, 4. Again, Stoka, Parada, 4. Okay, add that into the rest of them. You might want to just keep on that, straddle on that stick when you do this. Do it again. Instead of this, you want to keep this up high so you get some gravity helping you with the stick.
So it's down.
You know, when you want to start with your number 2. Okay. Start a little farther back just to give a little oomph on the stick. Okay, right there. So you're out here shoulder width. Bring it up as high as you can. So you got something. We'll do the rest. Up. There again. Then you go down, up. You come back here. Bring it up here. Bam!
Again.
Okay, what's the angle? You're on the wrong side of the stick. This is confusing to begin with. 10 or 12 years, you won't have any problem.
I'll be right on that.
The same one with the first one.
Down again. You're down here.
Get up here.
Yeah, okay, don't bring it out here. Bring it in close, but high as you can.
Inside here, like.
Yeah,
inside
when
your
you're cocking
armpit.
it.
Inside your armpit, like you did in the other one.
Right next to you. Right up here, like you're going to punch him with a fist.
Tight,
Oh, okay.
That's what they call, that's why they call it a safety hand.
I bet.
Stay the same, just
Okay, you're replacing your feet. We're not going to, okay, let's do the 1. Start from here. Stoka, Parada, 1. Okay, 2 we stay in place. Even side, outside, forward, even side we stay where we are. So it goes Stoka, Parada, 2. Now we step all the way back. Down here, 4 or 3, Stoka. You got, how do you get that stick? Stoka, Parada, 3. Now 4 we stay in place. Stoka.
Get that first block.
Okay, get your feet. Stoka, Parada, 4.
That's a, oh,
Now we step all the way back. This is right in front of the hand, or in front of the hip. Don't change the grip on the stick.
Oh, that's what
This
I-
hand is about out here.
you're stepping.
Your
through
right
it.
foot
I
should
was
be
like-
back.
I was on my back here the whole time, right?
Make sure you got it very close to your bicep.
Okay. Now we go Stoka, about half, bring it back a little bit. Now we go Parada, we bring the hand down this way. And when we step in, we twist it up again. And you step all the way in. The object here is if you got a blade, you're gonna stick it in and twist it. Stoka, Parada, and this is 5. Okay,
I always do that.
so you got 1, 3, 5, you step in. 2, 4, you stay in place. Okay? Okay, go through all of them. Our heels up. Up. Nope. 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 You lose that. Okay, right foot's back, but you're losing alignment again. There, look in the mirror and see that. See this line? I look straight down here and see that line right there. That's all that's there. Okay, you just crossed over that line with this foot. Okay, this is up here.
I
Okay.
kinda did. I didn't get lost, I got
Closer.
confused.
Now you're getting down here. Everybody would like a midget, yeah. We don't have enough midgets to go around, so you have to get up
Make
here.
a daily thing.
Okay, now what do we do?
No, we could,
Okay, 2.
just
The
do
opposite
this over
number.
and over again.
Stoka, Parada, 3.
That's why we could have it just a video on.
Up here now. Now where do we go?
That's why you
You
just
can
gotta
step
go-
all the way back
I
to the
just gotta
3.
go with the program.
3's on,
You know what I mean?
3's on the
I can't just go
Hip
freestyle,
lift.
that's why I hate.
Stoka,
We'll get there.
Parada,
Keep
3.
that going. I'll switch off, we'll switch off. and
Palms
we'll
up.
do it.
Stoka, Parada, 4. All the way back.
Two,
Step
three.
all the way back. Yeah.
Two more times.
Okay.
I seen,
Stoka.
we seen a mouse in here the other day.
Palms
checked
down.
the floor.
Palms up.
Right there.
Okay.
Sorry.
In karate, you learn self-defense techniques
You know
for a
what
right or
Colin
for a
reminds
left,
me of?
for a left kick, a right kick.
Where he's,
Filipino arts,
deep in
you learn numbers, which are angle.
That one, that one.
So this, if this was coming on this side, this is a number 1. But if you were left-handed and had it in this hand, I don't worry about that. I'm worried about what angle it is. So I can do the same block on the other side if it's a left-hander. So you don't have to learn as many different blocks. The other thing with self-defense techniques, this is what used to confuse me, is I wondered if they work, and then I found out on the street they don't work. You got a block, a hit, a hit, 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 hit. Each of these movements by themselves are all right, but each one depends on their previous move or their own work. So I chop you here, then I hit you here, right? I hit you in the solar plexus, which way do you come? Which way would you react? You come forward, right? But say I hit you a little high, what do? You're gonna go back. So that destroys that technique, doesn't work anymore. So you're learning all these movements that are never gonna follow that pattern.
They'll never flow together like that.
Yeah, I just did I did a DVD to try to improve Kempo.
Whoa.
So that when you get to this point here, right in the middle, I have the other guy shoot a hand or a foot. So you have to adapt